Hey y'all, welcome back to Neon's Movie Reviews. I'm Neon, this is my buddy Nate, and today we are talking about Falcon and...
Winter Soldier, episode 2.
I keep thinking Snowman.
Totally different.
Yes, very, very different. But, well, somewhat similar vein. But before we dive into this, just want to say, if you enjoy this content, please give this video a like. Really helps out the channel. And make sure you subscribe. But overall, this episode was pretty fucking awesome.
Like I said, it was a trailer episode.
Yeah. And that was awesome because I now know, or don't know what to expect. Just, well, at least from the initial trailers. I'm not watching the news trailers. But yeah, like started off kind of like slow. It started building gradually. It was really nice. Saw more of the new Cap, which was
John Walker.
Yeah, John Walker. It's really nice moment or opening with him, and kind of nice exploration of his character.
And you tested off the charts in every measurable category: speed, endurance, intelligence, ran RS-1 missions in counterterrorism. I'm curious to see what they do with him. I know in the comics he turns into a villain, but I have a hunch that's too obvious for them, kind of thing. So I'm curious to see where they go with this. But at the same time, I know, like, there's no way Falcon's not going to become the new Cap by the end of this.
At least that's the thoughts at this point.
Yeah. So I'm curious to see how this is all going to play out. But I'm really enjoying it. What were your thoughts?
It made me more excited for the next episode than 1 did me for 2.
Oh, yes. Definitely agree.
But I like the fight sequences. Now, I brought up that you had a concern from the trailers of what this looked like and what it could be.
Yes, and I'm not sure if I've said this before on here. I don't know.
We get something that plays out very similar.
Mm-hmm. From the initial trailer, there was shots of the Flag Smashers group and a fight on top of what appeared to be trucks. And I got very strong Solo vibes. It really reminded me of the fight on top of the train. And I got very strong those weird, like, early rebel group. I also had a major suspicion, and I can't remember if I said it in the previous one, that
I think you did.
The big Flag Smasher dude was not going to be the main threat, and it was going to in fact be a smaller girl. And both came true. Mm-hmm. You had pointed it out to me. Or you were kind of just like at work, and I was just like, what is it?
Right.
And before I saw it, so it didn't piss me off when I saw it in the episode. But yeah, it's the same fucking actress who plays the rebel leader in Solo.
So we get her in a fight on top of semis instead of her in a fight on top of a train.
Mm-hmm.
So as soon as I saw that, I was like, oh man, he's gonna put these two together, and he's just gonna be like, oh man, now I have an even stronger Solo vibe.
Yeah, no, it's that scene did give me some vibes of that, but overall it felt like a very unique sequence. Watching the show, I'm not getting those vibes. just from the marketing I was getting it, and
Right.
probably because it's the same actress.
Right.
Unknowingly, I was just like, something about this. And then the similar type sequence.
Rebels.
Yeah. My big concerns moving forward are that they are just going to kind of force John to become a villain.
Without it making sense narratively.
Yeah. Like he's gonna be ordered to take them out or something. He's gonna be like, okay, where it's just kind of like, it should be more. I love the way they did everything with Civil War. With Zemo coming in, it needs to be more manipulated as opposed to just, oh, I'm a villain.
Right.
Because he seems like he's got his heart in the right place. He's trying his best.
So that didn't go as planned, huh? All right, well then we gotta work together.
That's not happening.
They're being hard asses to work
Right,
at with.
right.
Like he's, all right,
He's
fine.
not particularly enjoying the public appearances,
Yeah.
things like that. He just wants to go do something.
Yeah, it's very much like Cap, like, so he's got his heart in the right place. He's going out there with no powers, doing his best.
Right. More similar to Steve than I would have thought they were going to make the character.
Yeah. I like the little comment asking him if, have you ever, jumped on a grenade? Yeah.
Right.
Several, like.
Use a helmet and
It's kind of this thing I do, like.
Right.
But and Wyatt Russell's doing a great performance. Like he's, yeah, all in all, I'm really liking it. But yeah, and I also hope they don't pull another Solo and like, oh no, the Flag Smashers, they're actually good guys. They're just misunderstood. Like, no, don't try to. Like, no. I'm willing to accept it with Wanda and Quicksilver, where they have a change of heart, and I'm like, okay, that's fine. The characters have a change of heart, I'm fine with that. But don't make Flag Smashers misunderstood.
right.
They're trying to kill half the population.
Right. Through some type of means.
Right. No. But what are your thoughts on New Cap's sidekick?
Battlestar.
Battlestar, yes.
It's interesting. He didn't. I think they kind of fought the sidekick label. He was like, "It's my partner." Mm-hmm. Like, okay, I'm alright with that. As far as I like that it was realistic. He's just like, we just got our asses kicked. Mm-hmm. Like, we could use your help. Stop being jerks.
Yeah.
Basically. Like, you guys were getting your asses kicked before we showed up, which wasn't untrue.
Mm-hmm. Like, we can't do this.
Like, they
we
all
can
got
barely
their
do
asses
it.
kicked.
Yeah, we can barely do it together.
Right.
But we stand a better chance doing it together than on our own.
Right. So,
Yeah.
I didn't think that they were completely unreasonable.
No. I do hope we get more development of his character. And I did find it weird that his big kind of dialogue scene was mostly done off camera, as it was like, they did this weird like kind of panning shot behind everybody, but for majority of that shot he was off screen for his big dialogue piece on the back of the truck.
Right.
I was just kind of, I don't think this is just like racism or anything like that. That's just a weird editing choice there. Like, I just hope we get more development from him. I did also like the way they kind of handled the police and the Black Falcon and all of that. Like, that was fun. I enjoyed the cop harassing him, and then like
I'm so sorry. Oh, and you're Bucky. Yeah, you missed your thing. There's a warrant out for you.
Right. I did find it interesting. I mean, I guess it doesn't. Maybe you realize it doesn't really matter if he wants to resist, but nobody gets cuffed in front.
Right.
Like that's always the thing in the movies. I'm like, you're always cuffed from behind. Everybody. That's a safety thing.
Yeah.
They're like, it's harder to run when you're cuffed from behind, and you can't use the cuffs as a weapon as easily, I guess.
Unless you dislocate your arms or...
Right. But I mean, like, maybe they're just like, well, it doesn't really matter if this guy really wants to resist. We're dead.
Yeah.
Might as well, I mean,
He'll probably break
why
them.
even cuff him?
Yeah, he'll probably break them accidentally. Just if we put him behind his.
Why even cuff him?
Yeah.
But I agree. I liked both of those.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got to see Isaiah.
That was
the original Black Captain America.
Yeah, that was really cool.
I'm not gonna talk about it anymore. You know what they did to me? They put my ass in jail.
Yeah.
Or kind of sad, but
pissed through that tin into the wall. Like,
that was great. I enjoyed that. The little bickering back and forth with him and Bucky, and then he just put him in prison for 30 years. Tested on him.
Trying to make more.
Mm-hmm. I wonder what chronologically what weapon he is.
Right.
But I'm curious if Walker is going to get the super soldier.
Well, because at this point they're trying to belly him as not superhuman, just amazingly human.
Right. One thing that I did catch is the anonymous text that the Flag Smasher girl got.
Mm-hmm. You took what was mine. I'm gonna kill you.
Right. Who would have the super soldier program? I don't see it being S.H.I.E.L.D. and I don't... Hydra? Remnants of Hydra?
Any government agency?
Well, no, because it's...
But maybe it ties into Black Widow.
Could tie into Black Widow.
But
could also be a tease for Red Skull coming back or other stuff, because I know they already said that Red Skull's free. He served his time. He is free.
I mean, I think. I guess my thought is at this point, I'm gonna not do what I did with WandaVision and try and.
Hey, I don't mind talking about stuff. It's just I'm not just getting my hopes set,
right?
But
I think that my initial thought was that was Zemo. But then my other thought was, this is Kingpin. Like the power broker, I don't know. And then I was like, no, it's Secret Mass Effect. Yeah. But I don't think it's that either.
No, that wouldn't really work.
But no, for real, as far as I think that's directly the power broker that they talked about. I said he's on his way. Those are the power brokers, man. Okay. But we know from the trailers we're gonna get at some point a Zemo shot with the more comic accurate headgear. So
I wonder if he'll get a sword.
Because I mean, there being more super soldiers directly goes against what Zemo was going for in Civil War. so I can clearly not choose a wine glass in front of him.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, he's all right, probably. You know, because he wouldn't have been backing these people,
Right.
not knowing that they had a super soldier serum.
Mm-hmm.
He's
Gonna have his own plan,
right.
and that's gonna be so fun.
But I think he's more likely to have been, if he is the power broker, maybe this vaccine is something else. But because definitely the first time I watched it, I was like, oh, everything on there is a super soldier serum. Holy crap! They're trying to just make a ton of them, and then I was like, a vaccine? Wait a minute. So that's my thought, is that their plan is they have some type of bioweapon that can be released, and they want there to be half the population. They only have enough vaccine for half the population.
Right.
So their plan is to release some type of bioweapon that can kill rapidly, quickly, and spread quickly. Kind of gives me a little bit of vibes of 12 Monkeys.
Yes. Definitely getting those vibes too.
Like, so that's where I think their plan lies. Like, who's behind it all? I'm willing to just go along for the ride, but I think that's their physical plan.
Yeah. No, I definitely agree. And I definitely agree. Yeah, Zemo's not gonna be cool with that. He may have been for their plan for. Well, I don't even see him being for their plan for killing people, but yeah, he is definitely not for them now. And I enjoyed the final shot of him at the end. You had said that you were surprised he wasn't in the
raft.
Yeah. And I'm just kind of like, I feel like he could be, but I also feel there's limited, cells in there, and
he's not superhuman.
Yeah, he's not
But
superhuman.
neither is Ant-Man without his equipment. And Falcon,
No.
and they were both in there.
No, but he might. Ant-Man, motherfucker, get some ants in there. Bring that suit in there. All right, now we're good. Like, they ain't playing.
You have to be worried about ants.
Right. Although,
Hey, they're on the raft. Fire ants can make themselves into a ball and float like a raft. There it is. That's how they make sure you're never going to escape. Fire ants are just everywhere on the outside of the raft.
that would have been amazing. Instead of Cap coming in at the end to save them all, like, it was just...
Ball of fire.
Yep. Came in,
And
like,
when
knocked everybody
when
out.
it surfaced to allow Stark to land, like, psh, it went down into the raft.
Can't do it like in Ant-Man where you do the flashbacks, and, just the quick cuts showing how it all happened.
Yeah.
Yep, that.
That would have made it better.
Mm-hmm. Would have made Ant-Man actually do something successful in that.
Yeah.
Because even his Giant Man thing was just like, okay, that was a diversion, but that's really it. But I'm going to miss Red Wing. I feel like he's going to come back, probably new and improved.
I know it's a comic accurate name, but I just can't get over that name.
Oh, in the comics, it's an actual bird,
Right.
which makes more sense.
I still can't get over that name. Like,
Why?
knowing what an Urban Dictionary version of obtaining your Red Wings is.
Well, he didn't. I don't want to know.
Look it up, kids.
Okay. What the fuck else happened in this episode? I don't think.
I think that was about it.
I feel like there's something I'm like.
Oh, there's the therapist scene, which was fucking great.
See, he gave you that shield and you threw it away like it was nothing. So maybe he was wrong about you. And if he was wrong about you, then he was wrong about me.
Oh, yes. How the fuck does Bucky walk onto a military base, like right into a plane?
I don't know.
Would a formerly brainwashed
I would think not.
Russian super assassin ever have the ability to gain any form of clearance?
I would think not.
Like,
Knowing what
even with a full pardon.
Knowing what I know from, even with a full pardon, I don't think that they would then reinstate any type of security clearance access.
Yeah.
I have sometimes through work dealt with delivery companies that had issues getting people onto military bases because they had a felony.
Mm-hmm.
A non-violent felony, but a felony on their list. And somehow,
He just strolls on in there.
Right. Like, oh, this guy, okay, right on.
Well, yeah, that one, I was just like, I may not have questioned that when I was younger, before, like, I was dealing with these things, but, like, there's no fucking way.
Or if you show me, he didn't go through the front gate,
Yeah,
he walked over to the fence and was like, oh, that looks like them, and just jumped it.
Right.
And walked up like, hey, what's going on?
Yeah, something.
Right.
But
don't leave it in a way that can allow for the thought that, like, like, yeah, sure, walking to a government installation, no issues.
yeah, like,
One,
if they were making him,
but I guess are they government? Because remember they point out
he did say they're freelancers.
Right.
Okay, good point.
So maybe it was just a private airport that had a large enough runway to have a C-130 on it, and
Military personnel
just, moonlighting in uniform.
And he's wearing his government-issued uniform? Not his civilian clothes?
No.
It's government-issued hardware?
No. Bro, you're right. No, yeah. It doesn't match up well. It doesn't match up well.
That's a little world-breaking for me.
I don't know about world-breaking, but it's definitely noteworthy as a... For their placement, like for within the confines of this show, that is somewhat world breaking for me. For just how they operate. If they are freelancers, that doesn't work. They're vigilantes at that point. They're going against the Accords. They're just throwing themselves into action without any approval. So does that mean that in their world that there's no more civilian paramilitary organizations? There's no more like I understand Blackwater changed their name, but there's no more companies like that.
Sure.
Civilian contract militaries. There's no more civilian contractors, because wouldn't they just fall underneath the same thing? You say no. I'm paid by this individual, by this company.
Okay.
But then why doesn't he have proof of income to show at the bank?
Right.
If you're a mercenary, that implies someone's paying you.
Yeah. He's not even asking for any payment. He's just going out and doing shit.
Well, yeah. And that I don't know.
Who's paying for the fuel?
I was just about to say, like, Bucky was in New York. I don't know where they were when they took off. But where did they fly to? Was it
Slovakia? No.
they flew to Germany?
Yes.
Okay, right. So it was a transatlantic flight. Like you're saying, who paid for the gas? They're just like, oh, we'll just fill it up on the government card and we won't tell anybody.
Yeah. Like, and what's this court-appointed therapist doing with all this? Like, what the fuck? These are massive laws you are breaking, guys. Like, somebody was killed. Yes, I have to report this. Like, I don't know. It's a superhero show. I can't think too hard about it.
Right.
Different rules, I guess, apply.
Right. Real nitpicky.
But when you introduce things like the Sokovia Accords,
You're the one opening that Pandora's box.
right, specifically because of the supposed actions of this character. That was that was the whole thing around him. Oh, I'm sorry, it wasn't around him. It was about because of Wanda's actions. That's what kicked it all off. He was just another inciting incident that just like reinforced it.
Well, and Ultron.
Well, no, but like within that film, I mix it up in my head. I thought he was the inciting incident for a moment. But yeah, like, or supposedly him with the bombing. But anyway, yeah, really liking it, liking the action. Like, it's not too many quick cuts. Like, you can see the action. A lot of wide shots where you can, like, I enjoyed the two trucks right next to each other where you get to see the fights on both of them. Like, that was fun. Yeah, just very excited to see where they go. But
Indeed.
That's gonna wrap this up. Definitely appreciate y'all watching. Make sure you give this video a like, subscribe, and let me know where you guys kind of think this series is gonna go. But with that, stay safe all.
Later.
Bye.